Hello everyone, welcome to Anirudh Prakhya YouTube channel. Today I am going to continue my classes on Excel and I am going to discuss another function, Beta.Dist function. Let's go through this video to see how to use Beta.Dist function. You can see on the screen I have an Excel workbook open in which I am going to click on insert function. Here I am going to type Beta.Dist and I'll click on go. Now I got the function. So Beta.Dist bracket open. The arguments for this function are x, alpha, beta, cumulative a, b, bracket close. This function returns the beta probability distribution function. Let's go through the syntax and description of this function. To be able to see an example and work that example using an Excel workbook, I'm going to click on the help on this function link, which you can see on the screen. This opens up a new tab or a new window where we are going to see the syntax and the description of the function and an example. The Beta.Dist function returns the beta distribution. The beta distribution is commonly used to study variation in the percentage of something across samples, such as the fraction of the day people spend watching television. Syntax: Beta.Dist bracket open, x, alpha, beta, cumulative a, b, bracket close. The Beta.Dist function syntax has the following arguments. Argument x, which is a required input for the function to be able to compute. This is the value between a and b at which to evaluate the function. Alpha, which is another required argument for this function to compute, is a parameter of the distribution. Beta, which is another required argument, is a parameter of the distribution. Cumulative, which is another required argument, is a logical value that determines the form of the function. If cumulative is true, then Beta.Dist returns the cumulative distribution function, which is what we use in statistics also on probability. If this is false, the cumulative is false, then it returns the probability density function. Argument a, this is an optional argument, so even if we do not enter any value for the argument a, the Beta.Dist function should still be able to compute and give a result. This is a lower bound to the interval of x. Argument b, which is another optional argument, if we do not enter argument b as well, still the Beta.Dist function should be able to compute and give a result. This is an upper bound to the interval of x. Remarks: if argument is non-numeric, Beta.Dist returns the hashtag value error value. So here we are trying to see what should we do if we encounter any type of an error when using the Beta.Dist function. So if we encounter the hashtag value error value, hashtag num error value, then we can look for arguments which are non-numeric and make them numeric. So if also alpha is less than or equal to 0 and beta is less than or equal to 0, then we encounter hashtag num error value. So we have to make sure that alpha and beta values are always greater than 0 for the function to compute properly. If x is less than a, x greater than b, or a equal to b, Beta.Dist returns the hashtag num error value. If you omit values for a and b, Beta.Dist uses the standard cumulative beta function so that a equal to 0 and b equal to 1. Now we are going to use an example which is given in this help section, and we'll use this example to compute the Beta.Dist function in an Excel workbook by ourselves. We can either copy paste the data or copy paste this entire thing from here, or we can type this in an Excel workbook and find out the result ourselves. So let me click on this Excel window, which you can see here, and prepare this example to calculate the Beta.Dist function. So I'll left click on the Excel window. I'll cancel this insert function. I'll select columns A1 and B1. I'll type Ctrl plus B to bold the headings here. Now I'll click on cell A1. I'll go to the formula bar. I'll type data I'll type enter. I'll click on cell B1, and here I have to type the next column heading, which is description as given in the help window. So I'll click again on the Excel window. In cell B1 I'm going to type description. I click on cell A2, and now I'll go back to the Excel help window. Now I'm going to copy by holding the left click all these values from data point 2 until here. I'm going to right click, I'll plus control plus C to copy this. Now I'm going to left click on the Excel workbook, click on select cell A2, right click here and paste values. Okay, the Excel seems to be taking some time, it's not responding, so I'm going to wait for Excel to respond before I copy or paste these values here. So I'm going to copy this so I can use this and compute using the formula that we saw now. Okay, now the Excel seems to be responding, so I'm going to right click and paste the values. Let's see if I'm still able to do that or not. Sometimes when the Excel gets disturbed, which means the Excel is not responding properly, even though you're trying to like paste data or use a formula and get some value, there is not really a need to be panicky about it, because you won't lose any of this information. Once you reopen the Excel is going to give you an option to restore the previous workbook or the previous instance of the workbook, and you'll be able to start from where you left. So now I have been able to paste these values here, right? So I'm going to select all the cells, double click to adjust the column width. Now I'll click on cell A7. I'm also going to save this workbook because we encountered an error now, so I don't want to do this again. So I've saved the workbook. I'm now clicking on the Excel help window and proceeding with this example. I have to make 3 entries for 3 columns, which are 3 headings: formula, description and result. So I'm going to click on the Excel workbook. In cell A7 in the formula bar I'm going to type formula, but because this heading is not bold, I'm going to select the row 7 from A to C. So A7, B7 and C7 I have selected. I'm going to click on bold, so the headings will become bold. I'm going to click on cell B7, and in the help window it's given description, and cell C7 I have to type result. So I'm going back to the Excel workbook. Cell B7 I am typing description and I type enter. Cell C7 I have clicked. Here I am going to type result and I am going to type enter. Now in cell A8 I have to type the formula for the Beta.Dist function. So I'm going to click on the formula bar and type equal to Beta.Dist bracket open. Now I'm going to click on the Excel help window. Here the values that we have to enter are corresponding to these cells A2, A3, A4, which is cumulative value should be true, A5 and A6. So we are going to compute twice in 2 different rows. I'm going to left click on the Excel window and explain how we are going to use these arguments. So we can either type the values in the formula or we can reference to another cell to use that value in that cell. So here we are going to reference to different cells for which we have pasted the data here. So I am going to select cell A2, type comma, select cell A3, type comma, select cell A4, type comma. Now I am going to type true, which is the cumulative distribution function true, and type comma, and I am going to select cell A5, type comma, and then select cell A6. So I have entered all the arguments for Beta.Dist function to be able to compute. Now I am going to close the bracket, type enter, and I got a result which is 0.69. So I am going to verify if this result is matching with the result in the help window. So I am going to click on the Excel help window and you can see the result is 0.6854706, which is the result that we got if we round off this to the nearest 2 integers, or nearest to decimal places rather. So I'm going to left click again on the Excel window right click and copy the result from cell A8, left click on cell C8, and then right click and paste these values again. So I'm going to paste it as a value. Now I'm going to left click on cell A8, left click on formula bar, use an apostrophe and type enter. Now I'm going to double click on column A to adjust the column width, and now I'm going to click on cell B8. So I'm going to left click on Excel help window, and here I have to describe the computation that we did just now. So the description is cumulative beta probability density function for the above parameters. So I'm going to left click on Excel help window, and left click on formula bar, cumulative, and I'm going to left click again on the help window, beta probability density function. So I'm switching again to the Excel window, beta probability density function. I'm going to left click on the Excel help window, and I'm going to type the remaining description, which is for the above parameters. So now we are going to type again the Excel window, comma, for the above parameters, and type enter. Now I'll left click on cell B8 and wrap text. So similarly we are going to compute this formula again using a false cumulative function in cell A9. So here in the formula bar of cell A9, I am going to type equal to caps lock Beta.Dist bracket open. I am going to select cell A2, type comma, select cell A3, type comma, select cell A4, type comma. Now I am going to type false, type comma, select cell A5, comma, select cell A6. Now I'm going to close the bracket and type enter. Now we got another result which you have to verify again with the Excel help window. So the result is 1.483764648. So I'm going to left click on the Excel help window and check for the result. Here you can see the result is 1.4837646. So we are able to compute properly using a false cumulative distribution argument for the Beta.Dist function. Hence our computation is correct again. So I'm going to click on the Excel help window. Now I have to right click on cell B9 or cell A9. I'm really sorry. I'm going to right click on cell A9, copy the entry, and then I left click on cell C9, right click again and paste this as values. So the result I have pasted in cell C9. Now I'm going to left click on cell A9, go to the formula bar, left click on the formula bar, type an apostrophe and type enter. So this is the formula which we used with false cumulative argument and a value of false for the cumulative argument. And now I have to type the description. So I'm going to click on the Excel help window and I'll explain the description. So what we did in this second computation which we did using this formula is beta probability density function for the above parameters. So I'm going to click on Excel help window, left click here. I'm going to left click on the formula bar, beta probability, and left click on the Excel help window, left click on the Excel window, density function, comma, and left click on Excel window or the Excel help window, and then I left click on the Excel window for the above parameters, and I'll type enter. I'll left click on cell B9, I'll click on wrap text, and now we are done with this example. So I'm going to save this workbook, and I'm going to also advise you to compute using an Excel workbook yourself. Open an Excel workbook, look at my video, follow what we did in this example, and type it on an Excel workbook to be more hands-on with this function, with the Beta.Dist function. You can also follow such an approach for all the other functions that you are going to learn in my classes. Thanks so much for watching. If you really like this video, please like this on my YouTube channel share this video from my YouTube channel and subscribe to Anirudh Prakhya YouTube channel. Have a good day.